Hi, this is JP from Northern Lights over Arkham. Welcome to day 17 of the Lure of the Valley campaign playthrough. And last time we basically made a house rule so that we can continue on the main quest, so that we managed to complete the Into the Nest scenario or the mission. And now we have the Journey to Meadow mission and we have to go there, but we have an entry on the day track, so we have to read 94.4 from the campaign journal. So we'll begin with that. So 94.4, way back at the end of the book. Read this entry only if you are on Invasion Stage 1. Without a faster means of communication, news tend to flow like water along the paths and rivers of the valley, borne by the traders and peddlers and a few dedicated stilt horse couriers. It's expected that when travelers cross paths on the trails, they take a few moments to share stories of local events. The last few times you've stopped to talk, all the stories have been about the reclaimers. A few people report being attacked by reclaimer seekers, and more have seen them moving in the forest and woodlands. Nearly all such sightings and attacks seem to take place near structures or old Estian ruins. It certainly sounds like they're making themselves at home in the valley. Complete Invasion Stage 1 and gain Invasion Stage 2. Record 94.5, 7 days from now on the day track. Okay, so we have completed Invasion Stage 1 and we get Invasion Stage 2. And 94.5. 7 days. Okay. What changed? Invasion Stage 2, so path deck assembly. If your destination is ruin, forest or mountain, search the general set for one reclaimer polyp and a number of reclaimer seekers based on the number of days since you received this mission and shuffle them into the path deck. Okay. Well, we are traveling to the archaeological outpost, which isn't any of that, so we don't have to change our deck. Okay, and I added a couple of reclaimer mucuses into my deck. This is the reward you get when you defeat the Into the Nest mission. Again, I understand that I basically house ruled it that because I got 2 in true solo, and because I'm filming this and it would be redundant to film the same day over and over again, like a Groundhog Day type situation, I decided that getting 2 days in a row is good enough, and we can move on from there. And that is the end of that, so we can continue seeing other stuff. We have the wild growth for this day, and we have yet to do the arrival setup, but I'll do that once we get started. And we are pretty much other setup here. We are heading to the archaeological outpost, where we need to go to the Rings of the Moon and to the meadow, or we can go from the Concordant Ziggurat route also, but we'll see. But that is everything, so without further delay, let's get started. Okay, and we can start the day. So I'll do my starting hand and mulligan, then we do the arrival setup and get going. This will be mostly just trying to reach meadow, to complete the journey meadow mission, and after that we'll see where we head from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and we have favorite gear, intention translator, enthusiastic, observant, light as a feather, and now's understanding. I think we will keep these, draw 2 new cards. Well, this seems like a good way to start. So we have both Nell's understandings in hand, and a way to scout better, and we just need to be able to traverse fast enough. So that is our starting hand. We do the arrival setup, lead ranger as the path deck for the next feature and put it into play. And it is the fresh Sitka carcass. And that's not a problem, we can easily clear that. We need 4 progress. We can also do some studying here, but I'm not sure if we want to do that. Okay, let's start by playing a lot of stuff down. Oh yeah, first off we'll draw the round starting card. Shale Scree, obstacle. Okay, that we need to clear. That is a bit annoying. So it is an awareness. Scramble 2 up the slope of shifting rocks to add 3 progress to this feature for every 2 effort. Okay. If you fail, resolve the challenge effects, which moves this feature into the region. It fatigues you. Okay, well, I think we can do that. So we'll start by playing the Phosphonic headset, the intention translator, and we'll put the favorite gear onto the intention translator, which has 3 charges. Then we will try to clear this first. So we'll actually commit the light as a feather to this test. So we are 5 versus 2, -1, 4 versus 2, and for every 2 effort we put 3 here, so this is cleared. That's good enough. Next, if there is an active predator, there isn't. We can only traverse, which is not good at this situation. So let's scout the path deck. Okay, we don't want to see Umbra at the moment, so we'll take the agitated little birds and bury the Umbra. And I don't think we want to take the we don't want to take the fatigue of failing this. So we'll rest. We'll get back our energy. Draw a card. Masterwork. And then we'll head to the next round. So we'll draw the little birds here. We can try and connect with them, but I think we'll play Masterwork here first. So now oh, test from the attached gear. It doesn't work on this, so okay, let's just commit it. Use the intention translator to connect with these. 0, we have effort of 3, so these are cleared. Bird of Prey doesn't trigger anything. We'll try to get on top of this, so awareness plus hearts watch -1, we still succeed, so we put our ranger token on this feature, which will clear it. And sun doesn't trigger anything, and we didn't play that, so we will traverse this. 0, we get 2 progress there. Sun doesn't trigger anything. We'll try, oh yeah, add 1 pollen to flora in play, no flora in play. We haven't received any flora. Okay, nothing has happened from that sun icon. We'll try to remember. We fail. Well, was worth a shot, and we will scout for our last turn. I think Shally Scree. So we can. Okay, this can suffer us injuries, so not. I don't like either of these, so I'll bury both. This is a bit of a risk, but we'll take it. And we will rest. We get another light as a feather. Regain our energy. Hopefully we can clear that the following round now, so that we can travel. I don't want to be in the mountains anymore. And Spiderline Station. So this actually is great if we when you travel, if all ranger tokens are on this feature, you may travel to a location up to 2 paths away. So we might want to try and get that done, but we don't have the symbols at the moment for that, so that's a bit annoying. So maybe we'll just ignore it. So first off, we will traverse +1. Yeah, we easily get this done. Red doesn't trigger anything. I doubt we will get this. So I think we'll just let's go study so we can read that entry. 0, no flora in play. So we get this done. We get to read 34.1. You sort through the notes left by Silaro Meiko, as well as other archaeologists and historians who have worked here over the years. Draw 2 challenge cards and read the entry based on the challenge icons. So we get Sun and the red one. On Estien's calendar date 451, the Estiens recorded that a third of all available archaeology resources has been diverted to the new generational project. There is no further indication as to what this project is. Okay, well, that's mysterious. We didn't get any missions from that, but that's okay. We'll rest, withdraw enthusiastic, regain our energy, and we can travel. And let's actually go. Let's see here. I think the ravine is okay. I think that has a high or we go to the rings of the moon. So we have to travel twice to the ravine, and I don't really want to see the grasslands now, because of we don't want to see a lot of Laura. So we'll go through the ravine. We'll get new valley cards to accompany the ravine cards. And we also have to check the new location, if we need to add some polyps and reclaimers. So this is gone, and we went to Rings of the Moon. It is a ruin. Okay, well, that complicates things a bit. So we get some let's see. Let's see, search general set for one reclaimer poly and number of reclaimer seekers based on the number of days since you received this mission. So we only add one reclaimer seeker, but we also add one polyp. And we add a new moments card from the valley set, or the moments valley moments set. And I think we haven't been here before, so I will read the entry text 35. Rings of the Moon, rising up from a series of small hillocks along the edges of Meadow's vast prairie, the large towers each support a massive loop of dull grey metal and ceramics. Some have broken into half or quarter circles, but a few are still intact. The locals in Meadow say that if you go to the edges of the valley with a scope and look back through all the loops at once, you'll see another world in a reality just sideways from your own. Almost every artificer who's inspected the rings, however, believes that they are part of a vast and non-functional sensor network. Okay, and lead ranger, draw one path card. Oh, it's Olive, Ranger Aspirant. Okay, well, we have encountered her before, and we read the entry here. If Olive earned her cloak 209.1, you almost don't spot Olive before she swings down from a high tree branch, landing nimbly in front of you. "Hi there," she says, beaming resplendent in her grey iron wool cloak. She's clearly very proud of it, considering how well she kept it since starting her travels as a full-fledged ranger. "Where are you headed? Need any help?" From a seasoned veteran, she lets out a light-hearted chuckle. Add 4 XP on Olive. Clear Olive with progress to either teach her some more or part ways. Okay. Well, that's okay. And we start the next round by drawing loose boulders. Well, that is not nice. And it is an obstacle, so we need to deal with that first. Okay, well, we'll try to do this to clear it, and we'll use the enthusiastic on it. -2. Yeah, so we fail. Let's see. So we fail. No flora in play. We don't get any injuries from failing. But if the weather is inclement, the rocks begin to shift. Add 1 harm to this feature. That sucks. Olive uses her training to help you out. You may discard 1 XP from Olive to add 1 progress to another path card. That doesn't help us at all. Well, that sucks. And we shuffle these. Well, we have to figure out some other way to get a move on. I might as well connect with Olive, and I'm not spending anything. Oh no! Oh yeah, the weather isn't inclement, so we actually didn't add any harm to this. Yeah, again we don't add any harm to this, and we fail the connecting. Well, nothing much to do here. We'll scout the path deck to see what's coming. Web wall and reclaimer polyp, we don't want to see either of these. Actually put the polyp to the bottom. Okay, well, we'll rest. And we get Silpelai artist. Okay, well, we're getting all of the valley residents here. And we read 82. We haven't witnessed a masterpiece, so we read 82.2. As you follow the path, you see a woman perch on a rock a few meters above the trail. She sees you at the same time and waves. "Hello," she calls out. You ask her what she's doing, and she gestures to her easel. "I'm trying to paint as much of the valley as I can. This view is beautiful, but I could use a person in it to help with scale. Do you think you could just stand right there? Now try and look adventurous." Clea Sil with progress to help her finish her painting. Okay. So I think I'll just try to I'll clear her with this. So we add 5 progress and clear her. And read 82. So 82.6. And done. I love your cloak, such a nice color. She takes a step back and appraises her work. You know, I can't help but think that you would look even more heroic if you were posed on a mountain, with a sweeping view of the valley behind you. I don't suppose you'd be willing to accompany me to the top of a mountain and pose for me there. What do you think? I think we will pass, because no mountains where we are headed. So we are heading to meadow, so it's not near any mountains, so we should have gone this way. So we'll just switch to fatigue and clear her. Then I will scout the next 2 path cards. And okay, we'll take the floor and lose the boulders. This is giving me such trouble, so I'll try to climb it again. We fail again. Nothing happens from that. And we will rest. Reclaimer mucus, that is helpful. And we get this flora, and it will get 1 pollen on it. Okay, well, we regain our energy. So we'll immediately try to do this again. Now we succeed, so we'll clear it. And if there's an active prey, no, there isn't. We will try to traverse. We succeed by 1. That's not that good. Oh yeah, after a path card is cleared, if the location is not a ranger station, add XP to Olive equal to the cleared card's presence. So this was cleared, so we add 2 progress on Olive. So we need 2 more on her. And I think we don't have any fatigue, so we'll just we'll try to connect with her again. Okay, so we get 2. Okay, so we'll use these as experience and these as progress. We need 1 more progress on her. Nothing. If there's an active predator, there isn't. Okay, we'll rest. Before that, we will scout. Rope bridge, and I think we will try to do the rope bridge. Or okay, let's take the rope bridge, because that will get enough experience on the Olive. Okay, now we rest. So we get the rope bridge, and oh yeah, we draw a card. That's actually nice. Okay, let's see. Let's scout the next 2 cards. Archaeology, Sinkhole, and Nykta Bats. So we'll take the Sinkhole and bury the bats. Okay. We'll try to clear this. So I'll use Spirit plus the Reclaimer Mucus for this test. Or actually, let's remember first and try to get some more icons. So we succeed, nothing triggers, so we look at the first card. That's good. We'll commit these two to the test. Trying to get a ranger token on this. It is a +1, so we succeed. This is cleared and nothing triggers, and we get 2 more experience on Olive. And we'll play the Lynx Fur Cloak. And we'll try to traverse +1. That's great, so we are at 4. So we can travel, but before that we need to trigger Olive. So we'll do that next round. So we rest. Because we know that the next card isn't an obstacle or anything like that, so we can travel next round. So we get the Archaeology Sinkhole. We are not going to read that. We don't need to. So I will connect with Olive. We succeed. Add 1 pollen to a flora in play. But we succeed, so we get to read 209 again. So, cleared. Choose one, either discard all progress from Olive and add X to her, or discard her and each ranger suit as 2 fatigue. So we read. I have to admit, it feels great to be out in the wild again, Olive says. Mind if I keep tagging along? Yeah, let's just get rid of her. We didn't get any bonus stuff from there, so that sucks. But we will travel, and now we travel to the meadow, and we are still in the ravine, so we don't have to change the path set, but we have to figure out which cards we remove, so those are gone. So new, oh yeah, this is a pivotal location, so we won't get any valley cards here. Instead we will get the meadow cards. Here is meadow. And meadow is that symbol. And meadow is not anything that triggers the invasion, so we don't add any of these. And we read 8 from the campaign journal. So, meadow. If Talared is in play, or if you are celebrating the Harvest Festival, have celebrated the Harvest Festival, if it is currently day 6, 12, 18, 24 or 30, no. Otherwise read. The grasses in this part of the valley rise so tall that you don't realize you reach meadow until the path suddenly opens, revealing several humble cottages centered around the stump of a fallen dolewood. A herd of iron wool sheep tend to the grass. A shepherd stands nearby, casually watching the sheep. He waves. If you're here for the festival, you're early, he says. Pretty soon this place will be full of people from all over the valley and sometimes beyond. There's food, drink, music and dancing. If there's one thing we know how to do in meadow, it's how to throw a party. And an iron wool sheep pauses to give you a look and then quietly goes back to its grazing. So search the pad deck for the Whispering Fields and put it into play. Whispering Fields. There's no Whispering Fields. Okay. Yeah, it's because we are traveling from the ravine and it is in the grassland set, I think. So we don't pull out anything. And we get a loose boulder. Obstacle. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll shuffle this back. Because I forgot to put those flowers into the pad deck. Yeah, so we'll do the resting. Then we actually complete the mission. So Journey Meadow. Read 150 and meadow. Arrive at meadow, go to 118. You emerge from the tall grass and arrive in meadow just in time to watch the swift land gracefully on the village green. Ben Eamon steps out and waves, followed by Cordo and Elder Thrush. Thrush comes striding across the green. Cordo, a grim expression on his face, stands nearby with a long-barreled, whisper-crack-darted cradled in one arm. Thrush stops in front of you, studying you intently for a long moment before speaking. I came as soon as I could, she gestures. Walk with me and tell me what you know of the Reclaimers. You finish your account over a late but welcome meal in Meadow's common house. Calypso and Cal Ivor arrive partway through the telling. Ben Eamon and several of the villagers, including Elder Abel, have gathered, all listening intently to your description of the Reclaimers, their rapid life cycle and the danger they pose to the valley and the Spire in particular. Truss listens closely, occasionally asking insightful questions. You've done well, she says. A group of seasoned veterans could hardly have done better. I believe your assessment is correct. We have to find some way to stop these Reclaimers, or at least limit their destruction they might cause. Elder Abel shakes her head. A bunch of ruin-eating biomelts that reproduce and spawn in a matter of hours. How are we supposed to stop that? Seems like we should be thinking of getting folks out of Spire as soon as we can and letting the Reclaimers have it. You hear murmurs of agreement from the crowd. Cordo's eyes flash angrily, but before he can speak, Truss raises her hand. Just because they are drawn to Spire now does not mean they will remain there forever. Besides, even if we could evacuate the largest village in the valley, none of us know just how far the archaeology ruins extend underground. If the reclaimers consume too much, they could undermine the entire valley. She looks back at you. No, I'm afraid the reclaimers must be dealt with, and since you have learned the most about them, you've the best equipped to find a solution. Complete Journey Meadow mission and gain the Remove the Reclaimers mission. Each ranger suits to fatigue. You are not alone in this, Truss says. We'll travel to each village and share what you've learned to others in hopes of finding a solution. She turns to the room. You have all heard the story of the Reclaimers, she says to several mutters of agreement. Does anyone here have an idea for how we might stop them? Ben Amon speaks up. There is a skilled hunter who lives in Tumbledown. I hear this hunter regularly travels to the swamp to prune hydroworms, some of the most mindlessly violent biomels in the valley. Perhaps she could provide some insight. Elder Abel grunts. No offense to the great hunters in our presence, but attacking the Reclaimers sounds like a fool's errand. If you recall, we were first made aware of these Reclaimers thanks to the flood. Killed a score of them stone dead. Does anyone know where the Shaper who caused the flood ran off to? Maybe he can do that again. Calypso steps forward. No, Elder Abel, but I've learned that his sister lives in Spire. She may know where he's gone. Elder Truss nods in satisfaction. Thank you all, she says, then turns to you. 2 solid leads, good luck, and may the ancestors guide you. Okay, so we got 2 leads. One is to travel back to Spire. So that is not a long way, but I think, because I know where that leads, we might actually travel back to Spire because we are really close for the Spire in Bloom event, because that will trigger tomorrow. So we'll actually go to Spire first. The other one was to travel back down to Tumbledown, but we could go to Spire, see what's the festival about, then travel back to Tumbledown and go from there. So we will take a heading to Spire. So I think we will try to travel once more today, get to Greenbrier Knoll, and next day travel to Spire. So now we draw the first card, and it is a Talus Cave. Okay, so we want to traverse as fast as possible here. So I'll use the cloak to ignore this, and we will just traverse past. +1, that's great, so we get 3 mountain. If there is an active being, there isn't. Okay. I don't think... Okay, let's see. We could ignore fatigue from weather by going there. So why not go and shelter there? We succeed. So Ranger token is on this feature, so we don't suffer any fatigue from the weather. And we will scout the path deck. So Elder Jeweler Abel. It is friendly, so we'll keep that on job, but probably won't be clearing her in any way. And I'll think I'll rest now. Then we'll draw the elder and we'll read 69. Enters play. 69.2. You hear someone stomping through the thick grass long before you see Jular Abel, Meadow's foremost elder. She walks with powerful, heavy strides, poking at the ground with a stout walking staff. She's so preoccupied you have to call her name twice before she notices you. If we clear her with progress, we get another mission, which I know I don't want to complete. So we will ignore her for now, and we will just traverse using the cloak. Oh yeah, we'll scout first. Okay, loose boulders can go to the bottom, and we will traverse. It is a +1. Sun doesn't do anything, so we get 3 here. And we might as well travel. We could actually travel another day, so we get to Spire. Start next day from Spire or entering the Silverfin docks. It sounds good, so we'll travel, leaving this elder behind, and we are traveling through woods. And now, because we're traveling in woods, ruin, forest or mountain. Oh yeah, it's the destination, not the path. Or the location, not the path. So we are traveling to Greenbrier Knoll. It is Field Ruin Trail, so we have to add the polyp and the seeker along with these, and we'll clear this. Oh yeah, we completed this, so what was the quest we got? So remove the reclaimers. Oh yeah, so we'll log that here, so remove the reclaimers. Okay, I'm getting distracted a bit, so let's continue building the path deck. So now we need the valley cards, and these go away. And we will get a new moment in the valley. Okay, we'll shuffle this. Yeah, it's always a bit longer video when you have to do the path deck assembly many times, and there's been a lot of reading in this, so that also drags things out. So we will regain our energy. We arrive at the Greenbrier Knoll, draw 1 challenge card and do the following. We get the Sun, scout 2 path cards, then draw 1 path card. We will pick Ben Eamon. Oh yeah, we put this underneath because it was a scout. So, Ben Eamon's, it is 87. Enters play. A shadow skims over your head and you duck. Thinking you're about to be attacked by a hungry Irix, you look up in relief to see the shape of Ben Eamon custom-made glider, the Swift, passing overhead. It lands gently in a clearing a short distance away. As you approach, you see Ben Eamon emerge from the cockpit, stretching his legs. Then check something on the underside of the vehicle. "Hello there," he says, looking up from his work. "I'm on an errand for Elder Truss, but if you're in need of assistance, maybe I can give you a ride." Clear Ben with your ranger token to board the Swift. Okay, so if we clear Ben Eamon, we can travel immediately to the Spire in Bloom location, which sounds pretty good. Then we draw the Asitka buck, and let's see. We will look at the top 2 cards here. Sunbury Bramble and Reclaimer Seeker. We can take the Bramble, but we'll bury the Seeker. And we will avoid the Sitka buck. Avoid it. If there is an active predator, there is a Scout 1 challenge card. It is not the red symbol, so... Oh yeah, we put it on top, so now we know. Okay, so traversing is okay now. But first, or actually, it is a -1 to do this, but that's okay, because we can use Nell's understanding here to convince Ben to help us, and we succeed, so we put a ranger token on this. And we get to read 87 again. After some discussion, Ben gestures towards the Swift. "Climb aboard," he says. "The Elder asked me to run these supplies across the valley as quick as possible, but the winds are favorable today. I should be able to make your journey a little easier to be back to Lone Tree by sundown. Now, where to? You may immediately proceed to the travel phase of the round. If you do, you can travel to any location within 2 paths, even if there are already cards with the obstacle keyword in play. Use the terrain type of the last path you crossed over. If you choose to travel in this way, discard the current challenge card, and do not resolve the remainder of this test. If you choose not to travel, discard Ben and resolve the remainder of the test as normal." We will travel. So we basically get to travel from here to Silverfin Docks and skip that to travel to Brookside, which is the location of the Spire in Bloom festival. So I think I will actually, even though I have some ways to go with my deck, I will decide to end the day there, because tomorrow we will read this entry, which I think is the Spar in Bloom festival starting. So we are there to witness the festivities, so to speak. So I'll end the day 17 there. Next time we'll continue in Spar in Brookside, and we have the True Fair. So Brookside and True Fair, and we can hopefully witness the festival immediately when it starts. So that is day 17 done. Hope you guys like this playthrough. Thanks for watching, and until next time.